Yeah. Welcome to the Ozzy and Sid report again. I said welcome to the Ozzy report. Ain't gonna break down all these sessions. Report. Um, seeing the top Epstein Island list. We gonna talk about um yeah. Has some takes when I do these lives, I guess this is not your regular Ozzy and Sid report. This is more like a special interest um broadcast take and introspective on what's going on with these Epstein files. So anyway, let me get back to the rest of the intro. My bad. Yeah, shout out to the Straight Shooters 94. Again, it's just Straight Shooters 94. And shout out to Pharaoh Sid's Court. Yo, that's my co-host and guest host she and Sid, Sid, Mr. Captain Fall in Line, she, Mr. Nut But Net Bitch. But yeah, go check them out. I don't care, 2 people watching, the 2 billion people watching. We gonna get these takes, we gonna get this content, and we gonna get this introspective isms out here for sure. What else? 2 people, 2 billion people. Yeah, this is viral news off of 2 views, baby. Yo, viral news off of 2 views. You feel me? Yo, and that's why I call this a special interest topic. We're just gonna talk about this because lately I've been doing the show just like a regular newscast, because it's what y'all need. It's the news that you actually need, but it's coming from somebody that can actually talk to you and relate to you. You feel me? That's my job. That's my job. That's my job. So we ain't gonna talk about the weather. We ain't gonna talk about sports. Yo, real quick though. The one sporting event I did want to see, and the first, of course, for us real boxing fans, people really into boxing, we was opposed to it, but of course, we always want to see a train wreck. Yo, the Jake Paul, Tank Davis, Jake Paul wanted to see the fight, but got canceled. Hopefully, we get some updates on it. So back to the original plan at hand. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. This Epstein ish, it's it's uh it's crazy. And I gotta correct myself. I think actually when I was saying that what did I say? We're probably not going to see it, but it's going to be conversations about it. But I see how it's happening. They're divulging some of this information. They putting it out there. They doxing it. They dropping like new information with it. So what they're doing, they're going through the emails. Okay, so it won't have to be the actual list, but now they're looking at the email interactions. So how they're breaking it down now is they're going through all his anything that's documented and logged. You're going through that. So they're probably going to start finding like records like plane records, right? Like the flight logs, like who's coming in, who's coming out. They're probably going to see who was because these people are rich. You got to get things imported to the island. They're probably seeing like if anybody was ordering things from the island outside of like Epstein and his people. You feel me? Um they probably got a lot. That's why I said this whole Epstein John, it's it's always good for conspiracy theories. Look, I ain't monetized yet. Yes, the Illuminati, the enlightened groups, the secret societies, the skulls and bones, the fraternities under the fraternities, the secret organizations. All we ask is trust. Secret society, all we ask is trust. Like, you feel me? That's what this is. This is, I shake your hand, you hand me an envelope. That would that's what these Epstein files are. That's why they're so big and important. And that's why I said we're never gonna see it. But They're taking other angles now. Like the thing that we see now, we see the emails. Another thing, phone records going to be real easy. Pictures, definitely. We already started getting pictures. Um, that's how they're really going to start doxing this thing for real. If they want to dox something so hard, that's what they need to be doxing. Again, the people that really have the right to want to see a list are the people that are affected and involved. So you're a lawyer or somebody that's been affected by it. I want to see it. Investigator, PIs, people that are actually in it. Probably, even though you got the victims, they were in it. Probably they want to see the list. Probably if you run a company and it's going to be bad for your image and one of your employees is a high exec, probably you want to see the list. There's a reason why everybody wants to see this list because it carries so much weight with it. Even though, yeah, the main basic thing of what we saw from it, I forget. I keep thinking this was a Netflix documentary, right? This was a Netflix documentary. I don't know. Netflix likes doing some documentaries like that could correlate in real life and really make something happen. We had one person in the building that was watching, then they left me. Oh, hurts my heart. My heart. But anyway, um, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of information on these files. Um, the conspiracy theories are here. You know what happened? My man, he was they finally caught up to him because you always got to, just like they say, oh, the secret society's got to have a sacrificial lamb. Well, sacrificial lamb was that man. He is no longer with us. He has passed away. The story that they gave, I don't have to announce it. The story that they gave, was a self deletion. Nobody brought it. They ain't even buying in court. So we got the sacrifice. We got the sketchy stories. We got the person that's connected to the power to the powers that be, you know, to those in power in big industry. And we see how the cover up game is happening. It's right in your eyes. So if you're like a big conspiracy theorist like me, if you're somebody that reads between the lines, all the old phrases and sayings, if you're somebody that says, yo, you got to tap into the third eye, if you're somebody that says my spirit moves me, if you're somebody that says, what else? You just look at something and you hear something and you're like, it just doesn't add up for my true people. And we don't just do it for the sake of just proving it and be like, all right, what we gonna do next? We actually, for the people that think like me and they know who they are. And I don't even know you, it don't matter, but great minds think alike. You study from it and you learn it. That's really what you get from these things and trying to prove them. That's what you do. Half of the time, coming up with a solution on some of these things like this is going to be hard because there's some big things at play. So even like people be like, "Well, when you find information, what you going to do with it?" I know I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn from it. That's the biggest thing. Now, you far as talking about doing some change, see, that's a whole nother sector because say all this information comes out about these governments and people in high status and powers and the powers that be and all that and the secret societies. So how are we going to persecute them? These are the people, yes, I hate to say it, but they're involved in the fabrics. They're involved in it. They're intertwined. They create the grid. They create a lot of the stuff out here. Your jobs, the stock market, the crops, and our resources. These are the people that own the development companies that mass manufacture um home structures and home models for apartments and townhomes by the millions. That's what you're going up against. So that's why it's like, how much you really going to do with that information? Because half these people, if you, even not even half, if you take 10% of these people down, it's going to affect the economy. It's going to affect the society. It's going to affect entertainment. It's going to affect sports. It's going to affect religion. It's going to affect uh, the academia world. It's going to affect shit. It might affect some people's relationships, their families, and friends. This is big, people. So, I should have said this earlier. I was a little wrong, a little, not all the way wrong, but a little bit wrong on my take. But I was still right about, this creates great conversation, analyzation, a lot of analyzation. That's what a lot of, because you want to find out some information. You really will. It goes deep. Now, going on, I'm not going to be on here too long, but going on to what people are, how they're presenting it so far in the mainstream media. It's the what are they? They're not the right. The left, because I don't vote. I don't claim parties, I don't claim independent, I don't claim none of that. I just basically, I'm a proponent of you're here in America. The first thing you just need to tap into, yes, this is the land of the free. Now, the free gauges in different varieties, like Meek Mill said, it's levels to this ish. I said it's levels to this ish. It's levels to the freedom. It's levels to the resources and opportunities, availability, and per capita percentage and how you get there. It's levels to it. But bottom line, I don't care whatever color you are, whatever your background, your ethnicity, whatever class, how much money you got with skills and talents, or wherever you've been. If you're here in America, yes, there's some type of privilege because pretty much it's a free, open market. Now, I'm not going to get into the details because if you're black, of course, we already know the story. Some things are certain limited, but some things are limited. Some things are tougher and harder, or if you're Spanish, in some cases, whatever, you get some adversity. But bottom line, it's a free, open market. So I can't, man, I went on that so hard, I forgot what I was talking about. Hold up, I get so passionate. I want to bring it back. Um, what we talking about? Epstein and releasing it and what they're gonna do with it. Oh, I was saying all that to say, damn, I really forgot. Oh, so basically, I was saying that because it's free market, open availability, blah 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 blah, all that. But okay, anyway, let's just restart. Yo, the way they're portraying it, they're putting this all on the Democrats on the left side, and it's nasty work because it's like, bro, why y'all trying to make this into a split? Why are you trying to put everything onto a I'm sorry, that's what it was. Damn, it came right back to me. I wanted to always go off subject real quick, give you a little motivational. I was talking about I'm a proponent of being here in America of going out and getting it yourself. And yeah, that bottom line that it's a free open market and all that. And you can really have the highest potentials is limitless. And I was saying that because I don't vote. And people are like, oh, well, nah, you got to vote with a party because if you want certain things change, I'm a proponent of basically being independent, doing an entrepreneur, create it for yourself. And basically, whatever happens in the system, just adjust and create an audible and just evolve with it. That's it. Because you can always adjust. So if you get a president that's just hard on crime, hey, I'm gonna know how to move. You get a president that affects the job market, hey, I know how to move. Get the job or create a business or get into Bitcoin. I don't know. That's what I was saying. So, but anyway, because I was trying to say, look, I'm not for the Democrats, I'm not for the Republicans, I'm not for all these politics. But I will call out something. They're doing the Democrats nasty. He's saying, yo, Democrats this, Democrats this. They're saying one of the people that I think is one of the judges in the Supreme Court, because I don't have all the facts, you know. My man Beezy, that dude say, shout out to Beezy at that Beezy, that dude. Impromptu, my impromptu moment. I just came on here, so I don't have all the facts, but they're blaming some like already Democrat senators. The dude that was connected to Obama, and was it Obama and Clinton or Obama and Trump or whatever? He was a speechwriter or something like that. Somebody at the House. He stepping down. This is a teacher at Harvard. But they're all pushing like, yo, these are all the liberals on the left, on the left. The only person the two people they do got, I think this is why they put it on the Democrats. They got Trump wrapped into it. Yes, your president Trump wrapped into it, and then they got Bill Gates. And remember, Bill Gates was more on the conservative because he was like, "Yo, we got limited resources, we got to do this, that, and the third." He was got so down the population, so it was kind of telling like, "Yo, people are pissed off." So they're kind of getting him, Trump, kind of getting him out of there quick. But the main thing is, if you just got two of those people mixed in, they're conservatives. I want to make my point. Trump and Bill Gates, that are conservatives, mixed into the Epstein files. And you got Democrats, it was the Supreme Court judge, it was the Senate. They keep talking about Bill Clinton over and over again. They say Bill Clinton went there 12 times. He went there 300,000 times. He went there a million times, a square, a billion, whatever. Like, they just keep Bill Clinton on, but he flew there so much. Then he started taking submarines because homegirl, Josane, whatever, she knew how to drive. And got a timeshare, a double timeshare for a timeshare life contract at the Epstein Island. Like, goddamn. But anyway, they keep trying to push all this shit on the Democrats. But I ain't slow. You know, like I said, I'm a little intelligent over here. If you got two big conservatives, okay, two people up there with status, money, and power. Usually, when you have that, there's other people in your circles, or there's other people that either work for you or follow your narrative, what you say, or there's other people that basically you kind of have a congregation. So you can't place this on the Democrats because why? Two people, two powerful, two people with status, two people with reach. They're probably going to attract, and they're probably not 6 degrees of separation, probably like 1 and 2 degrees of separation. They're going to bring them along. Because guess what? If Trump was down there, and they already clarified that, but they're claiming and saying like, oh, he got it real quick, and then he found out what he was about, he was out or whatever, or he didn't know anything about it. If he's in there, guess what? He's going to have at least his staff with him. They're going to be like-minded like him. He's going to have some people, some of his business partners. He's going to have some of the people that he does business with in his country club. They're going to be down there, and they're going to be conservative. So that's what I'm saying. Stop trying to put this whole list off like, yo, it's the Democrats, it's the Democrats. Like, come on, man. Don't tell me that. Because if you have certain people in position and power anywhere, and this don't even have to be on that level, just be on your local community. Say it's a real simple example. Say you have somebody that's kind of known around your town to like, I don't know, like a good 40,000 people. Or say you have um say if you're in a city and you're like 2 block radius, or say you just are in a small town, or say you are in a say you're in a lot of no matter where you live, say that you're in a lot of social groups. You're in a lot of social groups for whatever reason. You might belong to an organization. You might college, your job. So you got some job social workers, whatever. You might have some online group or whatever. Anyway, you might be the person to influence in your circles, and you might just go try out a restaurant in your area. And because of the person you are, you run into a lot of people. You start telling people about that restaurant. Guess what? They're gonna come. You're that one influential person. This might be somebody that's in like a, and I say it's like around good 10-mile radius. To like, oh, you know, so and so, yeah, he's the barber. He cuts everybody's hair. Or, oh yeah, you know, so and so. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's homegirl. She's a star attendant. She's the bartender over there. A lot of people go over there. People like that, or a pastor, or the local dude that's a police officer, or whatever. Or it just might be on your social circles. You just might be connected to a lot of friends that's connected to somebody else. Anyway, one influential person that's connected to a lot of people, basically, and they go to a restaurant, and I'm trying to put this on our level. They go to a restaurant, and that restaurant is good, and they start spreading the word about that restaurant. They're gonna majority of the times they're gonna attract a lot of people from the behaviors that I've seen throughout my life. Because a lot of people like, well, how could you prove that? Where are the numbers? Where are the facts? Where's the evidence? No, I'm gonna start saying because of the majority of behaviors that I've seen carry out, this is what I've seen throughout my life. So this is why I say these certain things. But yeah, so just like the island, if Trump or Bill Gates goes, there are people that influence a lot of people that are connected to them. So guess what? They're gonna come to the island. So bottom line, there's really nobody to blame, one side or whatever. No, it's just all. Like my man, Mr. Captain Fall in Line, Big Sid. It's just all nasty work. Nasty work. Nasty work to the fourth power. Like for real. It is. It was such nasty work. They made a Hollywood blockbuster movie out of it. I forgot what it's called to kind of give a depiction of it. And I think the powers that be probably had something to do with it because they do that and throw things in people's faces blatantly in obvious forms. So, man, I just been rambling. I'm sorry. I'm just conversating right here. Actually, I'm trying. Look, I had a long week. I'm just chilling. Thanksgiving is next week, or Indigenous Day, or Native Day, or whatever. Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, Happy Holidays. Uh, I mean, just shout out to all cultures, man. It's still in America. This is still like kind of holiday times, but I'm progressive as they come, of course. So I'm just gonna say Happy Holidays to everybody. Enjoy it. So yeah. Uh, a quick take, yo. I'm just gonna call it Thanksgiving to make it easy, especially Black people. Let me talk to y'all real quick, yo. We should just enjoy Thanksgiving because it gets the family together. And just speaking to all people, yo, just enjoy the holiday because it just brings people together. Stop. I guess what I'm trying to say, stop doing all these deep investigations into what the origins of what celebrated and all this. Like, okay, we know about, but just enjoy the moments sometimes, you know? Like, damn, don't kill it and ruin it. Just enjoy it. Just look what Thanksgiving now, don't get me wrong. Ever since a kid, my mother told me, yo, these colonizers, they came over and they slaughtered the Indians, took them out. I knew that since the age of damn near, since I can remember when I was like 4 or 5. So every time they talked about Christopher Columbus or they talked about Thanksgiving, my little my little black ass in kindergarten was like, Christopher Columbus, he didn't find it. And they killed it. They killed the Native Americans and they stole the land. My teachers was like, hey, slow that down. Slow that down. But I'm like, this is what happened. Thanksgiving is really a slaughter holiday. But like I said, I can get deep with it. Of course, pause. I can get super deep with it. Super pause. But nah, believe me, my third eye was always on. I know it. But I'm just saying, let's just enjoy that Thanksgiving. I don't know if anybody got kids, but my kids is off all week, so it's gonna be cool. Don't gotta get up and do the early morning routine. Just do get up and do my own early morning routine just to get out smooth. Because anybody knows if you got to get toddlers together first thing in the morning to go to daycare, preschool, ooh, that's rough. But yeah. Well, yeah, I've just been just rambling on here, just talking to y'all, just saying it's a long week. Enjoyed you here. Again, like I said, I was going to bring it back, talk about these files. You know, the epi files, the ep list on the island. It's crazy. So, all right, to wrap this up, and I hope people want to play back and follow everything I was saying. So, let me just put it like this: when I was saying basically keep your third eye open. Don't believe what they put in front of your face, to keep it real simple. To break it down, just analyze everything that comes about these files and these records and these documents. I don't care whatever side you on, the right side or left side, you independent or you like me, either or. Don't just take in front of your face for granted. Nah, don't do that. It's not just the left side's fault. It's not just the right side's fault. It's just not the entertainers, rappers. It's a lot of people included. Okay, and just take it for what it is. Again, now I want to see how they're really going to. I think now they're actually going to start getting some real hardcore evidence. But this is the biggest question. Like I was saying earlier, even they come with all this evidence and they prove it, what's going to happen? That's the biggest take. Because you know how we always say, well, you're going to get this. And after you know some information, what are you going to do with it? What are they going to do with it? Are they just going to sweep it under? Or is it going to be some change? Are they going to forget about it? Or are they going to evolve? Are they just going to continue it and take it to trial? Or are they just going to take some quick action and be like, nah, we got to make some change. We're going to put somebody else in position. Man, this is going to be a lot of content on this. I feel it in my bones. I'm gonna have fun talking to y'all about this content. So pretty much that's it for right now. Like I said, like my man Beezy, that dude says, impromptu moment, baby. Uh, uh. Um, I just wanted to give off my thoughts. Like, those are my thoughts. I know it was a little chopped up. I know it wasn't super smooth, but this is raw and organic. So this is the Ozzy and Sid report. Again, this is the Ozzy and Sid report. Go check out Straight Shooters 94. Go check Sid's Court, Pharaoh's Court, and Straight Shooters 94. Yo, get the bag, make an impact. Again, get the bag and make an impact. This is Viral News off of Two Views. This is Ozzy Oz. I'm out.